What is going on with the interstellar object 3I-TLAS? We've seen that the sun isn't the only thing pushing it, and now we have new images that make this mystery even deeper. These pictures aren't from NASA. They're from other astronomers, and everyone is asking, what is this thing and what is it doing? You've probably seen my other videos on this, but get ready, because what I'm about to tell you is mind-blowing. We have an object from another star system. It's definitely alien, whether it's a rock, space junk, or a spaceship. Its movement can't be explained by gravity alone, and now new pictures show something else is giving it an extra push. What's crazy is that this push stays perfectly constant, no matter how far it gets from the sun. Normally, the sun's energy and solar wind would give it a push, but that force should weaken as the object moves away. This one doesn't, so what's going on? Professor Avi Loeb from Harvard suggested it could be jets, like on a spacecraft, but that's not the whole story. Remember that strange teardrop-shaped glow around it? We talked about it in my last video. Comparing it to shining a flashlight in the fog, you see the glowing fog, not the bulb itself. Well, what if that glow isn't gas at all? What if it's a swarm of thousands, maybe trillions, of small objects flying along with it? We have to break this down. This is getting more interesting by the day. So grab a coffee, sit down, and let's digest this. If you can, hit that like and hype button to support the channel. Thanks so much for that. The teardrop mystery of 3I-TLAS baffles us more with every new picture. Just a couple of days ago, in November 2025, astronomers looked at it after it passed the sun. While it was hidden from us, it did something strange. They saw a teardrop-shaped glow stretching asterisk towards asterisk the sun. We still see the anti-tail, so it's like the object has this long, sun-facing extension. You can really see it in this image, and no, this isn't AI generated. This is the real 3I-TLAS. For comparison, here's an image of a normal comet. See the difference? I sure do. This teardrop glow is so unusual because comets' tails normally stretch away from the sun. But 3I-Atlas has tails stretching both away from an asterisk towards asterisk the sun. And that was just the beginning. We're dealing with a push that shouldn't exist. NASA's JPL Horizons tracking system has noticed something important. You've best seen the graph showing where 3I-Atlas is going. We just talked about its change in direction and how it's now heading towards Jupiter. Well, they noticed it's getting a tiny extra push that doesn't come from gravity. This is called non-gravitational acceleration. So, what does that mean? In simple terms, the sun pulls everything inward with gravity, but something else is pushing 3I-Atlas slightly outward. This push is extremely small, only about 1/5000th of the sun's gravity. But here's the weird part. The push gets weaker in the exact same way that gravity gets weaker. As it moves away from the sun, the ratio between the gravitational pull and this mysterious push stays perfectly the same. That is bizarre. Natural forces, like those affecting normal comets, don't match the sun's gravity this perfectly. Is this our 14th anomaly? I think it might be. So you're probably asking, what direction is this push? It's directly away from the sun. Gravity pulls it in, and something else pushes it out. The push is small but constant, relative to gravity. To make the math easier, scientists are treating it as if the sun has slightly less mass when they calculate the object's path. Of course, that's just a mathematical trick, not reality, but it helps them model the motion. And this brings us to a fascinating idea from Dr. Avi Loeb. Imagine 3I-Atlas isn't alone. Imagine it's traveling with a swarm of tiny objects, maybe a cloud or a cluster of probes. Let's assume these tiny objects only follow normal gravity. They don't get that strange extra push. Because 3I-TLAS is being pushed away from the sun, it would fall slightly behind this swarm, which would stay closer to the sun. So you have the swarm here and 3I-Atlas here. Could that explain the teardrop shape? This would create that sun-facing extension we see in the images. It's a simple explanation. 3I-TLAS lags behind, the swarm stays ahead, and on camera, it looks like a teardrop pointing towards the sun. Let's look at the numbers. Right now, the sun is 270 million kilometers away from 3I-TLAS. That tiny non-gravitational push would shift it by about 54,000 kilometers. This means the swarm would appear 54,000 kilometers closer to the sun. When we look at that in the sky, it translates to about 0.7 arc minutes. And guys, the numbers match. That is the exact size of the sunward teardrop spike in the real images. Is that the explanation? It still doesn't explain what's pushing 3I Atlas. But it does explain why the swarm always points towards the sun. As long as 3I Atlas gets that push and the swarm members don't, the teardrop shape would stay the same, even as the object moves away from the sun. And that is exactly what we've observed. The teardrop's angle has barely changed. So how big could this swarm be? Here's the shocking part. If the swarm is made of a huge number of tiny pieces, its total surface area could be enormous. For example, 1 trillion pieces might only weigh 0.1% of 3I Atlas's mass, but their combined surface area could be 100 times larger. This means 99% of the sunlight we see would be bouncing off this swarm, not the main object. The bright glow, the coma, could actually be this swarm, not gas. This fits perfectly with the Hubble image from July 21st. 99% of the light comes from the glow, and only a tiny fraction comes from the nucleus. It's just like the flashlight in the fog. This is exactly what the swarm model would predict. So if this teardrop glow really comes from a swarm, what are these objects? Where did they come from? Are they fragments of rock, pieces of ice, or dust clumps that don't evaporate? Are they artificial? Or are they something entirely unknown to us? This is only the third interstellar object we've ever seen. We just don't know. One thing is clear. The motion of 3I Atlas cannot be explained by gravity alone, and the shape of its glow suggests it might not be traveling alone. This mystery is far from solved. I hope you found this as fascinating as I did. Be sure to check out the video in the end screen and my 3I Atlas playlist. I explain all 13 anomalies and how it changed course to head towards Jupiter. It's absolutely crazy. So like, hype, and subscribe. I'd love to see you again. Leave me a comment with your theories. If you're into volcanoes, earthquakes, and what's coming from above, you're in the right place. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you in a second.